it's my dog. But then a dog can also be like, that's my bitch to his woman. That's what they say. So I just now
We're live.
We're live and we got canceled. Second
First
one,
second in.
first second in. It should be pretty interesting. We should be checking the audio. It's probably something we should be doing.
I can't find it on YouTube.
Running it live.
Hi. Mm-hmm.
Hello. Running it live. Hello.
It's me. It's me.
Hello.
All right, here we go. Testing. 1, 2.
What's going on? And we're back live, guys. We're back live with the AC on full blast. I thought we were going to turn it off. But, yeah, we're still learning, guys. Episode 40-something, and we're still learning. So we're just checking some audio, some stuff right now. Good morning, everybody. We're live with another episode of Living the Dream with Luis and Ray. This podcast is about our perspective on living the dream and what other people's perspective is on living the dream. And it's also about current events on Conroe, USA,
World.
and the world.
Worldwide.
Because everything really affects the dream of Americans and how it's perceived. Right now, America is going through some troubles, as I think it always does.
Every year.
And
it's like a non-stop events that happen that somehow or another are going to affect. Some people are going to win. Some people are going to lose. Some people benefit. Some people don't benefit. And today, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo
happy
to
Cinco
you,
de Mayo.
brother. Yeah. Representing
Aztecs.
Yeah, the Jaguar, Aztec, warrior. What does that mean for you, sir? What does Cinco de Mayo mean for you?
Well, look, to me, Cinco de Mayo means nothing to me and my family.
Wow, that is disrespectful.
It means nothing to us because we're from San Luis Potosí. So Cinco de Mayo.
Not from Puebla.
Yeah, so Cinco de Mayo is a battle that was won between Puebla and what was that?
We lost him.
We
lost him, guys. So Cinco de Mayo is a celebration. Well, it's an American celebration.
Yes, let's start there. Yes,
that celebrates a battle between the French and Mexico in Puebla. It's a big battle in Mexican history, but it is not the independence of Mexico.
Right.
And it is not something that Mexicans celebrate.
I would say it's almost like the Alamo to Texas. Right? The battle at the Alamo means a lot to Texas, to people that are Texans that grew up in the San Antonio area and the Texas area.
Right.
But if you go to New York and you're like, hey, happy Alamo. Or there's not
remember the Alamo.
Right. There's not a remember. They're like, oh, what does that mean? They're like, oh, it's a battle that happened in Texas. So I think that's what it is. And then it's like Mexico saying, hey, on Remember the Alamo Day, let's all party.
Yeah.
And drink margaritas.
Yep. I think it's I don't find it offensive. I think it's an American holiday, just like any other holiday. Halloween or something that could be commercialized and be used to sell stuff. But it also brings awareness to Mexican culture.
Correct.
There is some truth to margaritas and tacos and nachos and all that. It is somewhat diluted, but there is still some version of Mexican history there. But just don't forget that it is not Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is not something that Mexicans celebrate the way Americans celebrate.
So here we go. It says Cinco de Mayo in the U.S. is widely known as a celebration filled with margaritas, tacos, and tons of fun, and marks a military victory over Napoleon's forces.
Yeah. And even though Mexico won that battle, Napoleon still came back and invaded Mexico. So it was really an important victory, but at the end, Napoleon still came back, and Mexico was French at one point.
French? Well, today we have also with us the whole Living the Dream team.
Yeah, our whole crew is here. We have our special guest and also one of our team members, Dwayne. He helps us do some of the switching that I'm doing now, and while we have other special guests. But today we have him here so we can have a little bit more of an entertainment podcast to talk about current events and to see what other people's perspective is on certain topics.
Right. Like David said here, it's not relevant in Mexico. It's more relevant in the U.S.
What do you think, Dwayne, about Cinco de Mayo? You can be honest. We don't really...
Well, the fact that the way you all explained what Cinco de Mayo was, I didn't know what it was. Growing up, I don't think the history books really taught me anything about it.
They must have took those pages out.
Yeah, they had to.
They put Texas history instead of Mexican history.
Well, I was born in Kentucky, so most of our stuff was
about Kentucky. Is
actually,
it Kentucky history?
it's not really about Kentucky. It's just old history, slavery and stuff like that.
Texas history is part of Mexican history.
Yes, it is. Like when you were explaining it, I was like, what's the point of celebrating Cinco de Mayo? It's like you said, more about tacos and margaritas, and I was like,
right. And I think a lot of like Hispanic restaurants, maybe
killing.
Yeah, they're like, hey, just sure Cinco de Mayo, bring them all in.
Yeah, you can productize it, monetize, and like any other holiday, right?
I was about to say that.
Easter,
Christmas.
Easter's not about a bunny.
No.
We talked about it last time. Easter's about, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Not really about
finding eggs with like $5 in them. It's not about that.
$5.
You don't do that? You don't put money in your eggs?
No,
I did.
We had candy. Well, they didn't grow up like that, I guess.
Well, it's not like that. It wasn't like that. I mean, some of them had quarters.
Yeah.
It was just, between all the parents, $3 each.
Yeah.
Now, growing up ones, we're like, okay, we're gonna do our own Easter egg hunt, but we're gonna put, dollar bills in there, and whoever finds someone with like the most money, I mean, you get the prize, you get the point, but we'll put money in there.
Right. But man, imagine being a 10-year-old and you're like, I got $1.
Oh yeah, that's
back
true.
when $1 was something.
Burning through my pockets.
$1 right now. You can't buy nothing with $1.
No.
What can you buy with $1? At a vending machine, not even.
Used
My
to be
vending
able to
machines
buy,
are $1.25.
McDonald's dollar drinks. Is that a thing? No, it's probably $1.49.
Yeah, now they've gone up. Yeah, the other day, it's been a while. I got a hot and spicy, and I was like $1.10, and I was like, I think I got $1.25. They're like $1.49 or $1.59 actually. I was like, no, it's a hot and spicy. And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I had to get more change. Couldn't eat no more like that.
But it's still kind of crazy how you can still have a full meal under $5. Remember Wendy's 4 for $4?
Oh yeah, my brother introduced me to that one.
That 4 for $4, man, that hit the spot.
Nah, man, I would be bloated.
It hit the spot, the right spot to be
Maybe.
bloated and
Yeah.
go to the restroom.
Maybe, yeah. I guess it makes sense because that's what I was eating when I was going to school. When I was barely getting by. Yeah. I didn't just wake up one day and just start eating.
For real?
Yeah, it's not how it works. Yeah, there was times where I was like getting coins together to pump gas because I was going to school over there by Beltway 8 and 59 in like southwest Houston, close to the Galleria. Well, I would have to pass the Galleria area, It was a drive. I would drive the HOV lane, put like my backpack, make it look like somebody was sitting in the passenger seat, and just drive that HOV lane.
There was somebody that put a mannequin in the inside of their car.
Oh, yeah.
Did it for years until somebody
Finally got him.
Yep.
Dang. Yeah, but I would always be looking ahead, and if I saw people up there, like, whoop. Like, so they almost got me once, but they got the cars, like 2 cars in front of me, through U of H coming into to try to get the HOV from downtown to come back. Like, I got on, and then the guy like pointed you, and I was like, oh, he didn't point at me, and he like pointed them to pull over.
Wow.
I was like,
yeah, I always saw people get tickets there.
Yeah, that's where they always.
Yeah. You took the risk and you ran the HOV?
Why do you know? I didn't know. Like, on the way back in downtown, they were watching. I would run it from here going that way.
You didn't know that it was only one person.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Oh yeah, I would do it because I knew. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You ran the risk.
Correct.
You bald or
because it was saving me. It would save me time and money.
Bald, dumb, or smart. One of the two.
A little bit of both. 1/3, 3.3, 33% of each. What about you? Any crazy things like that? Breaking the law?
No, I'm a swear when it comes to that. But
you should try one time. Like here, when you go to the Woodlands, just get in that HOV and then get back.
One thing I do is I don't go on the dotted lines. I go into I cross it.
Well, see, for a while I was trying to stay with the solid 2 lines.
I feel horrible.
You do?
No, I don't.
Not no more. Yeah, I used to try to say that, and then people would always be like, "Man, like no, like
nobody follows."
Yeah,
it.
And then thinking like, okay, there's gonna be a sheriff or somebody. No, never.
I just take it as a suggestion now.
If it's available, just.
But I have to have 2 people.
Yeah. Oh, you have to still?
Yeah.
I don't.
No, you take it. You're one of those guys, huh?
Yeah.
For me, it's like when if I'm by myself, I can't take the HOA.
HOV.
HOV. We
didn't
have that.
That's the other annoying people.
Which was new to me. I was like, when I first moved down here, I said, what's this HOV lane? It's like, that's for just like if you got 2 or more people in the car, you can take it.
Right.
I said, that seems dumb to me. I was like, just open up another lane for the traffic. But the fact that you have that, I'm like, shoot, I need another person in my car.
Right. Yeah, they try to promote that, like carpooling.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like our
I
fight.
drove to Houston for 3 years, probably more than that, including school, 4, 5 years. Man. And when me and my wife drove to downtown or Houston, we would take the HOV. I would drop her off and then go to my office.
Oh yeah. No, I mean that's like Houston's way of like giving back
city.
For pollution. Oh really?
That's every city has the express lane. They call it. Some people call it express lane. Yeah. Some people call it HOV. Wow, Ray. Wow, you interrupted this whole podcast because you have an alarm.
Ray
can wake up
right now.
We're gonna get ready for Drake.
Drake.
Yeah, let's not talk about his last 3 albums. How trash they were.
Well, so all states have that. All cities. Well, yeah. I guess yeah. Now that I've gone to Austin and I've gone to other places. Now that I've been able to
Texas, bro.
Now that I've gone out of Texas.
Yeah.
I've been able to do that, but I think
what does HOV stand for?
High overpowered vehicles. Close.
Right.
Was that close?
No. High occupancy vehicles.
I would have never pronounced occupancy. I would have screwed that up. But I mean, I don't think really, does it make that much of a difference?
Oh yeah, I mean it goes from 45 to an hour and a half. I mean, I would make 2 hours sometimes.
Oh, because of the traffic. Sometimes the traffic is worse. Every once in a while, the traffic is worse on the HOV.
Yeah, if there's a wreck or there's something
or there's just that one guy that's
going like 35
60,
miles per hour.
That's actually going 60.
Yeah.
Bozo.
Do you go 60 miles per hour on?
Right here, down on Fraser. Nah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, at first, I thought it was just me, but as I see memes and things come out, like 70, 75 is the 60.
Right. There's like a culture, not a culture, like a behavior, like a social norm of like, okay, everybody that's on the left goes fast, and then you go somewhat fast, and then you're cruising, and then you're
That's it.
slow or you're broke down or
Yeah.
you got a really old crappy car or you're about to exit.
About to exit. Yeah.
And it's like everybody knows that, but it's not like it's like
Like-
set.
Like everybody knows that, but not everybody knows that at the same time, because there's still a Johnny that goes on the far left lane 60 miles per hour.
That'd be killing me. I'm like on the bumper. You're like I'm reading license
That's
plates.
pretty aggressive, sir.
You know, it's
Do you guys
What-
have road rage?
of course. Oh yeah. Because if you cut me off, my job now is no
My job.
longer is no
No longer
longer.
drive and be a normal
Yeah.
citizen.
I don't have a location anymore. I have an
become
objective.
Zom.
My objective is like you cut me off when you're like like car distance, like you're cutting right in front of me. Where you're like, oh crap, I got to slam my brakes. Now I have to come in front of you and go like
Payback.
15 less than the speed limit. You
On
know?
purpose.
Yeah, on purpose. I have to.
Even with the crazy people out there nowadays. See, I used to kind of have road rage, but then I guess I don't think I stopped because I'm scared now. I think I stopped because I'm older.
No.
Where like when I was younger, I was like, "Mother, what? What you saying?" Then
That was
the biggest
never
thing
my
that I would do, I would never cuss or flip people off.
Uh-huh.
I would blow them kisses. I would blow them kisses.
Kill them with love.
Yeah, and they would that would fire them up even more. I would just be like blowing kisses, like waving at them and stuff. And they're just like,
But inside you were boiling up.
no, I mean that was my way of
Oh,
of
reverse psychology.
Right, and then that would burn them up. But then now that like there's more and more stories, I'm like, I'm gonna make now that I think about it, like I could have made any of those guys mad, or like anyone could have just been like, you know what, I almost said the G word. You G word, why are you blowing kisses to me and shot me or something?
Yeah. Getting shot's a thing now.
And then I'll have to shoot back, and then it's just for what? Not just because I'm trying to get 5 minutes earlier because I'm running 5 minutes late.
Yep.
Should
Yeah,
have left
It's not worth
earlier.
it.
we'll stop. And then with Jimena, when she's with me, she's like, "Hey, calm down." I was like,
What about her?
nah,
Whenever she's driving.
she's Jimmy in the second to the left lane, going 65.
I can respect that.
Second to the left, at least.
No, but
I've taught her second to the
but,
left. Road rage?
yeah.
Nah.
No, that's
Mm-mm.
good. Me neither. I don't have road rage. I'm
So
just like,
cool
oh,
if you like
you
that.
go. You're okay, dude. Go ahead.
Well,
you're,
see, my
you're having
thing
a
is,
bad day.
when they're going fast and then I switch over to let them go, because there's times where I'm not in a rush,
Mhm.
and then they don't go,
Mm.
and then they're just like next to me, and I'm like, bro, like I was going 70, you were like coming up to me, so I moved over thinking you're going 75, 80, and then you're just gonna slow down, like. But I think also what they do is what I do sometimes when someone's going fast, I purposely go behind them
Mhm.
because I'm like, that guy's gonna get pulled over, not me. And if he sees the officer first, then I can brake. But I usually, especially when I go to Dallas or Austin, I usually try not to be the only one in the lane going fast. So if there's nobody, I'm just going 75. Because I think it is 75 going
When's the
Austin.
last time you got stopped?
I would say 4 or 5 years ago. It's
Yeah,
been a
me
while.
too. It's been a while.
But I don't know. It's good. Like,
I got stopped for the dumbest reason.
Not done with
Tell us.
mine.
tell us, why'd you get stopped?
You know, right here on 105 and 1314,
Mm-hmm.
you're going towards Cut and Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in order to turn into 1314, there's the railroad tracks.
Right.
You have to stop way before the railroad tracks, way before the corner,
Mm-hmm.
to see if there's anybody coming. And then you have to go and make your turn.
Right. But you can't see.
But you can't see because you're way in the back. So if you go in the middle, you're already too far. So you just have to go. So I went, and the cop was behind me. And he's like, oh, you have to
Yield.
yield.
Hmm.
And there was a yield sign there. But you don't have to stop.
No, yield doesn't mean stop. It's slow.
But now the yield is no longer there. So you have to stop
Why do you have to stop if there's no stop sign?
because there's a red light.
Oh, okay, red line. Got it. Okay.
But it didn't stop.
That's a yield. Just
Yeah.
whip it.
Yeah,
just
but he
calculate
stopped
it.
me.
Did you ticket or
Yeah, I was like,
Really?
and I looked on Google and there was like the yield sign, but then I went back on real like life and it was gone.
did you screenshot both of them? Took it to the court?
Yeah, but no, I didn't. I'm not that guy.
You're just like,
You're not that guy, pal. No.
no. I would have. Now that I've learned a lot more, I would have like definitely like. Well,
Fight it. Because it was like $250.
does he wear contacts? Is he sure it was me? How does he know that I didn't
Yeah,
stop?
there's a lot of that stuff. I don't know who's gotten away or who's done that before, that fight a ticket.
Well, I mean, the attorney's gonna get your money, and he already knows all the tricks, and he'll get you off.
Right,
So,
but
like a few years
But how
back,
much is that? How much is
like
the attorney?
7 years back, maybe. Alexis is 10 now, so yeah, maybe like 7, 8 years back, I had tickets. My license was suspended, and I was like, okay, I had like, I don't, let's just say $1,000, and then I was like, attorney, hey, this and that. They're like, oh yeah, we'll charge you 1,200. And I was like, wait, you're charging me more than what my tickets cost. I might as well just pay them. They're like, yeah, but we can probably get them off. We're going to get them off of you. You're not going to pay probably any fines. And this will cover everything. And I was too scared, so I didn't do it. So basically, like, we're just going to go in there and just, see, did you have, we're going to check if you had insurance on, like, one ticket was like, no insurance. They're like, did you have it? I was like, yeah, I just didn't have it on me. And they're like, okay, so, that one's going to be taken off. And, like, they were giving me things. I was like, that's all y'all do? They're like, yeah. I was like, I appreciate it. And then, like you said, I didn't do it either, so I just paid the tickets.
You paid them, or you had to do?
I paid them,
and then, but if you,
they stayed on the record,
right?
You paid
So I think, like, as a business owner, as somebody that values that, like, you wouldn't mind paying.
Now, yes. At that time, I was just a
brokey.
A brokey. Not mentally. I wasn't broke. I just didn't have the funds.
You're poor.
Poor is a mindset.
You're brokey? What?
Broke is a mindset.
A minimalist.
I was low income.
A budget minimalist. A budget.
Not even budget. I didn't learn the word budget until a few years ago. Well, I've always knew the word budget because, like I said last time, I read that book from that Netflix show, Your Rich Life.
Get Rich.
Yeah, I read that book
like watched it?
12 years ago.
What is it called?
Your Rich Life.
It has that I think the Indian dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I watched him.
Yeah. Did you learn anything?
Yeah, I actually did. I was telling my buddy to. I learned that most of. I'm probably getting in trouble with your female audience. That a reason why
our female audience.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
At first I was like, what would I say? But I learned that most of females in marriages are the people that usually put people in marriage in debt. And I was like, huh. I was like, man, that's crazy.
It's fine words. Those are fine words.
Yes.
Don't repeat that again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe there might be some science behind it.
That's what he said. I don't agree with him.
I'm just repeating.
I'm just repeating what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very good show. And those and some of these other ones that are on there, I think people that want to have like money or fix any money issues that they're having, starting there would be real big. But one of you guys yesterday sent that thing of that it's like if you're a business owner and you're consuming all this content about growing business, about doing this, just stop because.
Oops. Hopefully we didn't cut off. Check.
No, we're still going. It's like if you're a business.
Oh, okay. It's because it said switch Wi-Fi. So if you're over-consuming,
that one y'all sent of Alex's wife, well, you don't watch stuff on Instagram that we send. Well, pretty much it was saying if you're just consuming all this, like do this for your business, and you're not putting any action into it, then just don't.
You can overconsume.
Yeah, overconsume. And just. So I would say if you're gonna watch these episodes and you truly want to,
take one thing or two things
and do it.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yes.
I finished your sentence.
I like that.
That's nice. That was
kind of cool. Yeah. But I think definitely those shows are really good. And even me, I watch them, and it's almost like refreshing things that I knew.
You forgot.
Right? And then you're like, you know what? It is that simple.
Once I watched it, I was like, oh, why haven't I been investing in my
portfolio? Yeah,
my portfolio. Why haven't I been doing it? And then I was like, oh, it's because I was scared that the market was low. Uh-huh. But it's like, well, now that it's low is the time to invest and buy everything on discount.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah, this is financial. If you don't follow this, you're going to be a brokey forever.
We're not. What is the proper thing to say?
We're not.
This is not financial advice.
It's not financial advice.
This is for entertainment.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So.
Okay, there you go. But yeah, it's just understanding it. But yeah, it was the same thing. Like some of that stuff, it was like even because he does the same thing. He goes through the bank statements.
Yes.
And when he did it, I was like, I looked at mine. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have gone there. But it becomes a little bit easier to just swipe. That's why I like cash. Cash, I still feel it leave my body. When you swipe, do you use cash or you just debit card, Apple Pay?
Everything's debit cards for me.
Do you feel the money coming out?
Yeah, I do. Through myself, I'm like, oh man.
Well, I don't know. That concept still works for me when I trade something in, like I went to go buy ice.
Did you ever do the envelope thing?
Yes. Well, the one day a thing.
No, like where you separate everything in envelopes. Like this is for gas. This is for.
I did it by percentages.
That's the reason I have three bank accounts, like three different banks.
He was on the show. There's a guy that had like 7 bank accounts.
Yeah.
Why do you have 3 different bank accounts?
I have like 7.
This is just to make sure.
If you don't mind me asking.
No, it's all good. Just separate the bills I have to pay. Like I know that like one I have JP just in case like for my rent and stuff like that. And then the other was for my car note. Thank God I don't have to pay for that anymore. And then
nice. Congrats.
You know, and the other one, my one I had the most is my play money. You know, so make sure where I can spend and not spend.
So your check gets divided into these 3 accounts?
Yeah.
That might work. Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can say what the guy said on the show where he was like, I divide it because I feel like I have more money.
Oh, yeah. That was,
I was
they also made him.
What did he say?
It's like that guy that says, you have 7 days, I have 20 days in 1 day.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, they also made him cut the, with 3 or 4 accounts.
Yeah.
Cut
them
it down
all
to
out.
3 or 4.
Even the credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that is, you have to really truly be responsible and to be like if it's working for you and it's good, then that's good. But if you're not, like I did that for a while, a long time ago too. But
Where'd you cut them?
no, so I would have multiple accounts, but I had multiple accounts to save me.
Right, save you from yourself.
No.
Wait.
To like save me on payments and like certain things that I had to pay, right? So I was broke. So like let's say I had to pay my phone bill, right? And I'll be like, this account has $200. This one's got $50, but I know this one, they'll still pay it, and it'll come back. It'll decline the payment. Then they'll run the payment again, and then I have another day, and then I have 3 days because it'll sit negative. So then I have 5 days to get the money back in there. And then there's some accounts that wouldn't do that. They would just be like, oh, you don't have enough. You don't have enough. You don't have enough.
I've done it before. I'm like, I knew I didn't have enough money. I was like, well, I'll get paid in the next 2 more days, so I won't overdraft this real quick. And
right. So there's accounts. And then this one, I'll just be like, I can sit negative for a while. So then, after 30 days, you get like $40 of like, that's been negative for 30 days. And I'll be like, it's fine. So then I would just switch and get all my money deposited to this other account. And I'll be like, okay, this one's coming short now. Let me pay this one off to like, you gotta play. I wouldn't say you have to play the system, but you get creative. I think that's with anything.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, playing the system. It's almost the same as the credit card hack stuff. I know you've heard some of that stuff, like credit card to get miles.
Credit card for credit card.
Right, and then you kind of you're rotating. If you can, I wasn't doing it responsibly.
You're always chasing your tail.
Right, so I wasn't doing it responsibly. I was like, I got them, but I wasn't responsible enough where I would come back and pay it on time. So it was it was working for a month or 2-3 months, and then 5-6 months, I'm like, oh shit, all 3 of my credit cards are maxed out.
Yeah, you lost me.
Really? Huh, that's weird.
You lost me on that whole strategy.
So
don't worry about it.
No, I don't want you to be lost. This might help somebody that's in a hole.
They don't
They get the points and stuff like that. I know.
Check the audio because we don't have anybody.
So
don't worry about it. Oh yeah, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. What's that mean? They'd be like, "What you got on?"
Don't worry about it. It's that splat.
Yeah,
it's that splat right there.
But
my wife always says that.
For real, that's funny. I could picture her saying that. But yeah, I mean, I think at one point when at least me when I was younger, I would just find ways to try to continuously survive and continuously I guess, and the main thing was just finding the fuel, aka money, to do my next entrepreneur idea and my next side business, and it's my next one. So I've gone through 4 or 5 banks.
Yeah.
And then they catch up to me, and then they're like,
I think that depends on your background too, because I never did that because I always had a way out. Like, hey bro, hey sister, hey, can you let me borrow $200, $300? and then I'll pay you back. So my like support system
was pretty good.
They were able to bail me out whenever I needed it.
Show off.
So I think that's
yeah.
That's a big big difference. Yeah, and you know, they helped me through school. They helped me through any troubles like that, cars, everything. But I always paid them back, and I don't owe anybody of my family any money.
What about people that aren't your family?
No.
Oh, you don't know. That's good.
No, I never asked.
Have you ever been in that position where you owe somebody money?
I never asked anybody money.
But have you ever been in that position where you're like, oh, I told my brother I was going to pay him?
And then Dave Ramsey says, you know, it's like, you don't ever want to borrow money from family because, you know, Thanksgiving comes around and then it's like,
hey, bro, where's my money at?
Yeah, or not even that. Like, you just feel uncomfortable
right.
because of that. And, I mean, I've gone through that. And it's like, even if it's like your, you know, the most loving relationship, it still gets a little weird.
Money gets in.
Right.
Yeah. So money is like, just blinds everybody.
Yeah, I've been there. Once I felt that once or twice, I was like, I don't like that feeling. So I stopped. But now, and after that, it became to the point where, like, you know, I would say hi to somebody and they're like, oh, hey. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not gonna, like, I'm not coming to collect. Like, how you been? What's up? You know, and things like, and then just things get weird. And that's what they say. I think it's like you lose a friend over $20. You know, it's like not worth it at some point. But before I used to be like, man, is it me? Am I making it weird? Am I like bringing up certain things? And I'd be like, no, it's not me. Like, I did the favor. And I'm not asking for it, but like...
But there's a point where it's like, okay, I've let you borrow, you know, this much amount. It's been this many years, and you're over here with yachts, and not yachts, but like going out on vacations and doing all this, and it's like, I see you with the purse, I see you with this, and you're not paying me back.
Right.
That's what
it's
that
like
would get me.
It's hard to be at peace with what other people are doing, and then you're not getting your money.
Correct. And it's funny, I saw that through the Ryan Garcia fight on Facebook. People are like, people over here making bets but can't pay things that they owe. I was like, damn. It was like, hey, and there was another one like, when you find out your friend collected on the fight and still doesn't pay you. I was like, damn. It's pretty aggressive, man. Yeah. But I think, I don't know. I think all that comes, like you said, it's your background and what you were taught when you were growing up. And then also yourself, because I was never taught that. But once I felt that once, and I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. I know I owe him. And then it was like a second time, and I was like, I don't like this feeling. So I'm no longer going to like ask for money, or I'm like going to make sure I pay even earlier if I do ever need it.
But there are people that will ask you money, me, like everybody money, and they won't pay them back.
Right.
And then they'll just be like, oh, we'll messed up this relationship in this circle. Now I'm going to go to the next circle. Get their trust, do the same thing, and then that, you know, for them there's plenty of people to go around. I know a few people like that.
That's tough.
Just like, yeah, and I don't know if it's like a vicious cycle or some type of.
Maybe it just comes easy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you just like, oh, I'm gaining your trust, and then ask you for money, and then walk away.
Right. That's tough. Yeah, well, not nowadays when I do stuff like because of the past experience, it sucks for other people, because when some people does try to ask me for something, it's like my fence is up, my wall's there, you know, but then I give in sometimes. Oh shit. But I've gotten a lot better at it, and Jimena's like helped me a lot with that, because I since I've been to the zero, like where I have nothing. So when someone comes to, hey man, I just lost my job, this and that, I'm like, no, don't do it. But
yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
like
I don't think that I would let people borrow money.
No, can I borrow $10? Just real quick. I get paid on Friday. Oh shit! Today's Friday.
If it was like an emergency, like let's say a funeral, probably like a funeral or like a medical expense, or let's say everyone's pitching in for something.
You'll think about it.
I'll give it away,
right?
Rather than say, here's money for you, give it back whenever. You know. What
I started doing too in the streets, sometimes when people would ask for money, I'd just be like, I'll buy you something. What do you need? Water? What do you need? Oh, I gotta pay my bill. Oh, I got
crack money.
Yeah, I'm like, nah. And sometimes, one time I did do that. Now that I think about it, they were like, "Oh, I need to pay something." Like, "All right, well, I'll pay for you."
Where's it at?
No. I gotta go. I go pay it over here. I was like, "Well, I could just pay it over the phone. Like, I got you."
There's people out there to be like, it's like, oh, can you give me like $20? Like, what do you need $20 for? He's like, oh, I got bills to pay. I said, let me just pay you for your bill. I'm not gonna give you cash.
Right.
Just in case you want to buy alcohol or
Right.
cigarettes or something like that. I'm not gonna support your habits.
Correct. But I think
So-
if you're willing to do that, I think you just do it without questioning. Does that make sense?
The
The
people that are
loan,
out there.
right? Like if you come to me and you're like, "Hey, I need $20," like, all right, I'm giving it to you because I trust you, and whatever you do after that, and if you don't pay me back, that's on you. That's no longer on me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So,
Yeah, but then I don't know.
well, I mean,
Because-
I stopped doing that.
Yeah,
now.
because you're setting yourself up for that opportunity for that person to break that trust.
right, but that's not on me no more.
You have the mindset that
Like
you'll never be
if
broke.
I start questioning, like, should I? I mean, then I don't do it no more because now that's
Maybe
already
that's a good
into
way to weed people out, to be like, okay, if you can't pay me back, then that kind of shows your character.
yeah.
That's what
like,
Kevin Hart said.
Like, oh, it took me $20 to save me a lifetime of headaches.
That's true. Also,
Could be another way to see it.
That's what Kevin Hart said. He's
Who's
like,
that guy?
he's a decent.
decent.
Damn, you burned them, bro. He's a decent. He's a good comedian.
You didn't watch his last 3 stand-ups?
Yes,
Terrible.
think so. Maybe, I don't know. I
The
might
one-
have horrible
the
memory.
one he went to New England or something like that.
Oh, maybe not that one. I watched his last movies.
The one he did to his at his house, that was terrible.
That one was good.
What are you talking?
Right after COVID?
He spent 45 minutes talking about the
COVID.
pizza thing that Jerry Seinfeld had, which is, that's my favorite show of all time. But yeah, that was
But you're using them as a reference.
just because he had a good point.
Oh, what was
what
the
did
point?
he say?
He said,
Before you got
he said,
deviated.
I know, so interrupted. He said that if you really want to get rid of people, let people borrow money, and those people will tell you what type of person they are.
Yeah.
And then bought 1,000 real quick. A little rack.
A stack.
A rack.
A rack? A stack?
A rack.
Is there a rack?
A rack.
Racks on racks on. Oh, I guess
Yeah,
you're
racks on racks on
right. No,
racks.
you're right.
Let me look at the chronicles of.
Racks on racks.
Racks of money. It is racks.
Yeah,
Where does rack come from? Where's the word rack?
I don't
from?
know.
It's just Urban Dictionary
So
pops up.
I was
right away.
thinking
race
that
different.
so bills, singular. This is my theory. I haven't done any research.
Talk
Just
to
disclaimer.
me.
Stacks are what, thousands?
That's what racks are.
No, racks are thousands.
What or stacks? Or is that I just made that
You
up?
just made that up.
Yeah.
No research
No.
whatsoever.
There's another one.
No lingo.
All right. Name
A
'em.
band.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's
Like a rubber band.
Yeah. How much is that?
About 1,000.
Yeah. And then
But like you can have a band of twos, which is 100.
Wouldn't it be
You already lost me.
when it comes to a stack? Like I know that.
you
like,
said racks. Stacks
or-
not a thing.
Well, I was thinking of like a bank term. It's like they got like different amounts in a stack. Like some of them may have like 5,000, some of them may have like $1,000 or something like that. So wouldn't that be more like a stack type of point of view, or
Racks.
just racks? Okay.
I was thinking racks because they put the money. It's like you can only put thousands in stacks. You can't put bands on stacks. You can't say bands because bands is like this, right?
What's
And
folded up?
racks are
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like when you say, well, you got a band. Every
you
time I
can hold
hear,
it with one hand.
They say
Every time I-
bags.
I hear a band, I think of T.I. and his Rubber Band Man songs and stuff like that. So
A band of money.
Cowboy Joe in the house. Jesse.
Cowboy Joe, that's nice.
What up?
I need to get me a.
We're
cool
talking about
nicknames.
the Urban
Okay,
Dictionary
so-
and the slang about money and how you could say band, stacks, no, band, racks, bags,
Strap.
strap. What else?
Bands are like cash money. One band is normally $1,000 in cash.
Yeah, you can't say, couple bands.
And then straps is anything that comes strap. Like I said earlier, a strap of $2 bills is 100 because it like has that thing already, like that, where it's already.
Yeah.
And the 20s is I think 20s is 1,000 too. Something like that.
Packs. Jesse said packs.
Packs are like the wolves that
I've
like
never heard
roam
that before.
together.
I got a question. What were you like in high school, Ray?
I was pretty cool.
You know, you got Louis over here. You know, he was a all-state soccer player and stuff like that. You
I
know,
wish.
I was a pretty cool guy.
were you?
I think I was. I was pretty chilled. How was I? I mean, ask him, because I mean, me, I'm gonna picture the good stuff. You know, apparently I was a bad guy.
Oh, you was a bully.
No, I mean he was a hustler.
Yeah, I was
You know, he was always hustling. Always, I mean, had money on his mind all the time.
had to. I think, but that again, that comes from like your background, right? Like,
Yeah, I didn't need to think about money. I mean,
you had it.
no, but it wasn't like I was like, oh, what do I need? What do I need this? Yeah, like I wasn't in.
I think
need.
part of it for me, as I've gotten older and I've like gone back and thought about it, and you know, it's just the fact of not having things and wanting things and knowing that my parents couldn't give me that. So then it was up to me to figure out how I was going to get it. Whether it was taking it. No. But I mean, I don't know. And I think just at a young, I mean, I started this is like Cinco de Mayo type talk. I started cutting grass at 13.
Jeez.
How
Child slavery.
surprising.
You know, so, but that once I was like, what? I got to do this and sweat all day and I'll get $30? Heck yeah. I'll do it some more. Like,
At 13 years old, that was nothing.
You know, and it was like, I don't remember how much I got paid, but I have memories of me cutting grass and stuff. And then, you know, when I got to Conroe, because I was still in Houston, when I got to Conroe, I got another summer job cutting grasses in Walden, and then I saw those houses. I think that's where it made it bad for me.
Seeing those houses, how big they were.
I was like, what? People
yeah.
can
Live
have
here?
this?
Yeah.
Like, this is here? Like, I'm literally right, like I can see inside their house and the big chandeliers. Like,
It's a whole different
yeah, like
perspective on what it means to be alive.
yes. Totally different. Coming from a trailer park, you know, where like a double wide, you're like, damn. That boy's got a double wide, and he's got concrete. Oof.
What does that mean?
Concrete, like your driveway's concrete.
Driveway's concrete.
Oh, that's
Like there's not just dirt.
expensive by itself.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
So then being like seeing that 13 and then coming over here 14, 15, I'm like, what the hell is this? People live here? This is normal. And then you see them like all, because I would all go through Bent Water.
And those are, those are up there.
Man, growing up, you know, people that was in double wides, man, just got looked down on. Well, we was like, oh, that person's broke. I can't, you know, anything like that. So basically, if you didn't live in a house, they'll like talk about how poor you are. But the fact that coming and living in Texas, it's like everybody has a trailer or you know, a fancy double wide.
Oof.
Yeah.
You have a double wide. Yeah, I remember still to this day the kid in the trailer park that had the double wide. We were at his house and he had the Nintendo.
Segas,
Yep. I
64.
remember playing Blitz.
How far do you go by?
He had Nerf guns. He had BB guns. He had pellet guns. He had. We all have that kid,
Yeah.
you know. And you look back at it, and it's like, well, it's just some average, you know, kid that they had a good foundation of, like, had a good home, had a good family, had a good how any normal kid should live, you know. But we kind of came from a different direction where it's like, no, you can't have any of that because there's no money for that.
There's no money for that. We just need to survive. The game, it was survival mode.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, in high school and stuff, it was just same thing, slanging, selling stuff, like I used to like sell baggies to people. Just people wanted little baggies for no reason. I used to just sell it to them.
Baggies.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
True story.
Yeah.
I had
That's all you need to know.
Yep.
I had a Fat Farm belt, and the Fat Farm belt, it was like a latch, and you would clip it and it would open, and it was like a little a space, and I would store certain things there.
Wow.
And I'd be walking around the CC.
What an Inspector Gadget.
Huh. That's clever.
We are there being all kinds of